Man, greed is a hell of a drug.
Pascal.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal, back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, The Pascal Show. One word, hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to jump into this conversation, into this story. This is insane. Man, I'm really upset about this thing because, you know, like I just said a second ago, greed is one hell of a drug, and it could just bleed and hook onto your closest family members. You know what I'm saying? It could bleed in and hook its tentacles into the closest loved ones you have, and then all of a sudden they're addicted and they don't care about whatever. They just want what they want, because greed is one hell of a drug. I'm talking about Vanessa Bryant is being sued by her mother, Sofia Laine. Sofia Laine is Vanessa Bryant's mother. And she is trying to, as Vanessa says, she is trying to extort a financial windfall from her family. The allegation is in response to a lawsuit that Sofia filed through her attorneys in California's Orange County Superior Court on Tuesday, December 15th. And in her filing, the 68-year-old has alleged that she has been a longtime personal assistant and nanny for Vanessa and Kobe Bryant, and that she was never paid for her services despite promises she claimed that she had that were made before Kobe Bryant's untimely death. Apparently, he turned to her and said, "I'm going to take care of you for the rest of your life. You won't have to worry about a damn thing. I'm going to take care of you for the rest of your life." This is what she is alleging right now. Now, Vanessa went on to make a statement, of course, several statements, but here's a piece of it. She said, "My mother's continuing to try to find ways to extort a financial windfall from our own family. I have supported her for nearly 20 years, and she was never mine or Kobe's personal assistant, nor was she a nanny. I have always been a stay-at-home mother, and my husband and I were our daughter's full-time caregivers." This thing is crazy. She, within this lawsuit, Sofia is alleging that she has personally taken care of each of Bryant's children and has been on call 24/7 in the event that if the Bryants needed her, including when they traveled, attended sporting events, worked, or enjoyed romantic getaways. She also alleged that by taking care of their children, she allowed them to have more kids. Huh? Let me read that one more time. She also alleged that by taking care of their children, she allowed them to have more kids. What? Hey, baby, you know, Grandma Sophie is in the living room taking care of the kids. You want to give it a shot right now? What? That's like the stupidest thing. Okay? So, of course, as we already know, they have 4 children together, or now, of course, one of them met their untimely death as well in the same helicopter crash that Kobe Bryant was a part of. But she is sitting here saying that Sofia is claiming, real talk, that she entered an oral contract with the Bryants, and that Kobe, like I just said, repeatedly promised to take care of her financially in exchange for her many years of work for his family. She alleged that this included the purchasing of her home, which, of course, reportedly cost $2.6 million. So in the filing, she claimed the Bryants later sold her house for $3.2 million and used the proceeds to buy a second home for $1.7. The documents allege that she had a balance of $1.5 million from the sale of the first house, and that this amount was wrongfully held from her. She claimed that the Bryants promised her over and over to give her the balance from the sale, but never did. Okay. There's so much to unravel here. Okay. There's much more. I'm not even done with this article. There's so much to unravel right here. But okay. So first off, you're telling me that Grandma Sophie was watching the kids, being a quote unquote nanny, basically being a quote unquote grandma, for the family, being a family member, being a member of the family, watching the kids whenever they asked her to, because that's what a grandma does. First and foremost, man, this thing is making my blood boil. I'm sorry. So the fact that she's having the audacity to sit here and say, oh, we had an oral contract. We had a verbal agreement that says that you guys were going to take care of me as long as I take care of you. No, that's called, I mean, that's a glorified nanny if you're going to be a nanny, but you are a grandmother, for crying out loud, y'all. You a grandmother. You're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you're doing right now, which is being a grandmother, being there for the family when they need you. Then on top of that, they buy you, not you, but they buy you a house. They buy you the crib out of their own money, out of their own pockets. They didn't turn to you and say, blap, we found the place, you got to buy it. By the way, she lived here rent free. She never had to pay a mortgage or anything. They paid for that thing outright and took care of her as Kobe had promised that he was going to take care of her. Now they sell that house to go and find a smaller home, a cheaper home. They downsized a tiny bit, sell that thing, made $1 million, made $1.5 million. And now she's sitting here saying that she has the rights to that said money because she's saying that that was promised to her. Bruh, you got a free roof over your head. You never had to pay for nothing. You never had to want for nothing or worry for nothing. And you have the audacity to turn this into a lawsuit and try to take this over. Bruh, this is insane. Now you're saying that the $1.5 million that they obtained from profit from the home that you lived in, you're saying that that's yours now? I don't know. I think this girl's going senile. Real talk. I think Gram's losing her damn mind, bruh. Real talk. This is terrible. So, in March, less than 2 months after Kobe and Gianna died, Vanessa allegedly told Sofia she should sell the second home and move in with her. However, Sofia claimed she never moved into the Bryant's house. So, this is such a mess. Vanessa continued to deny her mother's claims. So she made another statement. And let's take a look at it together, shall we? For nearly 2 decades, we arranged for my mother to live in our nearby properties at no cost to her because she had claimed that she didn't have any money to buy her own home after the divorce. My husband and I felt it was best for her not to live in our home. She watched our kids, she watched our girls from time to time, just like most grandparents do, right? She did not take care of business issues or expenses. She was a grandmother who was supported by me and her son-in-law at my request. In reality, she only occasionally babysat my older girls when they were toddlers, she added. As of 10 years ago, our kids were full-time students and athletes, and I didn't have another child until 2016. Her claims are obviously false, but I've still tried repeatedly to work things out with my mother. Obviously, as I'm reading this and telling you guys more about this, these claims, they keep going. She's still saying that there are things that she has, that she owes, that she feels that, Sofia feels that Vanessa and Kobe owe her a crap ton of money because she would watch the kids, be a quote unquote nanny. The house that she lived in, the house that she lived in that they bought for her, the money that they obtained as profit from selling that home should be hers. She is making all these crazy accusations. Now, about 2 months ago, we talked about it on the show. It's crazy how quick 2 months have gone. But 2 months ago, she went on to a Telemundo or Univision Spanish show and tried to publicly embarrass Vanessa Bryant, saying that she kicked her out of her home, that when she came home one day, the whole place was empty, that she and Vanessa have been, basically going head to head, toe to toe, ever since the day that Kobe Bryant left this planet. And here it is, guys. I mean, obviously this lawsuit is happening right now. And the only way that they can say that this is true is if Sofia definitely, this is a Hail Mary shot, in my personal opinion. She has to have solid evidence. She has to have some proof of evidence that this lawsuit is real, that these claims are actually true. She can't just throw out ridiculous, frivolous claims. If they are there's no way she's going to win this particular lawsuit. She would need proof positive. She would need a video, a contract, something. Obviously, it's all verbal, but she would need something physical to prove that Vanessa or Kobe turned to her and said, hey, I'm going to take care of you for life as long as you take care of my family. See, this is what I'm trying to say. These are the things that really anger me more than anything in the world, is when greed transcends over family. Family is supposed to be everything. Beyond money, beyond material things, even beyond grudges, inner grudges that go on between family members and everything. Family should rule over everything, not money. And unfortunately, we're seeing proof positive that greed is a hell of a drug. My heart and thoughts go out to Vanessa Bryant right now, because this is the last thing this woman needs right now. Real talk. This is the last thing that Miss Bryant needs right now. This has been one hell of a year for her. She started off with the year, walking into the year, losing the love of her life and one of her children at the same time, y'all. And I've talked about this in another video, in the last video that I covered, Vanessa and Sofia. This is the last thing she needs. This is the last thing she needs to be focusing on. She needs to heal. She needs to move on. You know what really is upsetting to me, and what I keep thinking in my mind? When they caught the news, when they found out that Kobe and Gianna both passed, how was the grandma reacting? Did the grandma just suddenly go, damn, we just lost our bag? We just lost our cash cow? Or did she automatically go, oh yes, his life insurance is going to be insane, I'm about to get paid? Either way, it's still jacked up. And the fact that she's even turning this around and trying to make it seem like, oh, I was a glorified nanny, so they should pay me a couple mil for the years and years I helped child rear, the years that I helped raise your children. What kind of person are you? It's such a shame, y'all. Like I said, greed is one hell of a drug, so much that it makes you forget even the children you even brought into this world. Such a shame, man. Again, like I said, my prayers go out to that family. Real talk. They don't need this. They don't need this BS at all. I just wish people would just leave them alone. I wish Sofia would just leave them alone so that they can have some real serious time to heal. I don't even think they even have had time to really process everything, and they're not going to be done processing things for a good while. Shame on that, Sofia. Shame on you, Graham. Real talk. Anyway, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Sofia is in the right to sue her own daughter, who just lost her husband and daughter just a little bit ago? Or no? Or do you feel how I feel, which is ridiculous? This is a ridiculous story. Anyway, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to crush that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, got to get going. Oh, and by the way, go check out, I just did a breakdown of a video. It's a little bit new. I'm doing something a little bit different on the page. I just did a video about Kevin Samuels going in on this woman on his show. It's a very interesting one. I did a big breakdown with me and the fellas of my live show. So please go check that out. Would love to hear your thoughts on that story as well. Anyway, I got to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.